What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with part 28 of my Total Warhammer II modded Mazdamundi campaign. So as we saw last time, Sudenburg is now gone and we are ready to push on through the rest of the desert, possibly through Numas, but definitely through the Dune Kingdoms down here. So these guys should offer at least some nice battles, as we have seen that they have a fairly large power ranking or rating or whatever, and that probably means some nice fights with a lot of armies. Otherwise, we are still consolidating what we've got going on over here in Illustria. Haven't been able to get this guy to join us, unfortunately, even with offering him an insane amount of cash. What I probably should have done is maintain a little bit of cash, because... Wait, did we even offer? Oh no, we still have Confederation for 3 turns. Okay, yeah, that's not... we offered him cash before the Confederation, it didn't work, but maybe afterwards we can still try. I'd still like all these territories to be ours as well. Not that they give anything crazy good, it's just, it's a matter of principle. I mean, I suppose at the end of the day we could always attack him, but hopefully that won't be necessary. We will see. We will see. I'd really prefer to just take everything at its current level as opposed to wait turns and stuff like that. Otherwise, we are going to attack the Dread Fleet over here, as Magritta, I believe, is the only territory that they still have. You're almost there, Zyri. You've been traveling for a while, although I guess you have to walk through the desert now. And then I believe I've done everything between the turns that needs to be done, so we can just end the turn and proceed. I've also sort of fixed up a Nakai's army. He now has almost all of his Kroxigors. He's just waiting for one more Bastiladon in his army, and then he'll be ready to go. And that Bastiladon will be built here in a turn or so. Oh, well, in one turn. Sorry about that, had to move my cat there for a second. He's lazy and he doesn't want to jump on things. Anyway, Nakai, you're going to be ready to go next turn, so we can just end the turn and then proceed. There we go. Wish I had done that before moving the cat, but you know. 'Twas a necessity. Alrighty, ooh, lots of population surpluses that we probably won't have enough cash to do anything with. Ooh, and I just saw that it looks like Nagaroth is pretty hurt. They might have lost a lot of their armies. What do you want? You want a defensive alliance? How about... No, how about you give us military access for now, and then maybe if you manage to take something away from somebody who's on the coast, like the rats, maybe we could actually trade with you. Otherwise, why would we care, right? Just gotta keep friendly relations for now. Alright, anybody else going to do anything interesting here, or are we free to pursue the stuff in the desert? No defensive alliance for you, buddy. I'm just going to confederate you if you're willing. And, okay, Ripper Horn Trap. Oh, right, they're still alive. Oh, where are you now, you damn Beastmen? I'm so sick of your nonsense. Oh, and they're over here now, of course. Let them charge headlong. Casual to replenishment rate -15. No, do nothing. Don't do that. Let's see, public order +2. Okay, I need you to do several things. You are gonna go here, and then you're gonna attack this guy. Do you need help fighting? No, you don't need help fighting this. This is pathetic. Ooh, this side actually, let's see, wait, are we gonna be able to? Yes, we are going to be able to fight this. And he wants to fight, eh? Do we bother making this a cinematic battle? Now, there's a lot of weak units on their side, so I don't imagine it's going to be a tough battle. But it might be a fun one just by virtue of the sheer number of units on the field. So maybe we fight it nonetheless. Let's do it. Alrighty, here we go. Is this going to be a difficult battle? Absolutely not. I mean, it's just a bunch of gores and ungores. The main reason I like to fight these battles is like when you're fighting the Skaven or the Tomb Kings, is the sheer number of enemy units on the field makes it really fun. And for some reason, the AI wants to send its doggos up ahead instead of using them to flank. Like, what the hell are you doing, AI? AI is not even trying. It knows it has such little a chance that it's charging warhounds at a feral basti. Can they even hurt it? Oh man. Oh, they give it touched by the moon, so at least there'll be a little bit of extra damage. 77 melee attack, but with the without any armor piercing, right? Like what's the armor piercing rating on these guys? 3. Okay, yeah, good luck with that against 115 armor unit, especially with the Saurus moving up. Otherwise, yeah, I just want to see the spectacle of a massed amount of Saurus fighting a massed amount of enemy Ungors. Over here, we're going to get a cast of the Dwellers Below right into a blob of enemy Ungors. Probably not the most effective spell against such easy units. We're probably better off using Awakening of the Woods, but we have both, and therefore we will cast both. Plus it looks cool. And a bolt of the old ones coming in, actually managing to land and hit something. For once, doing fairly decent damage and bringing this unit down to half HP. There's that Awakening of the Woods going down and hopefully doing a little bit more damage. At least our Life Slann is actually able to get some damaging spells instead of just spamming Earthblood and stuff on. Ooh, look at that Carnosaur jumping around, and that headless Ungor had a really bad day. Actually, I think it was a headless Gore, but still. Oh man, Carnosaur didn't even bother eating them. And oh, I think these guys are here because, yeah, they're going after this Beast Lord in here. I was wondering why they were both in the same location. I didn't even remember there for a second. And yeah, once again, I'm just enjoying the spectacle here. The enemy has absolutely no chance, and oh wow, they're all wavering and terrified. Yeah, well, that's a lot of dinos around them, and they're surrounded by Saurus. Over here, I think we have only one unit that basically gets hurt here, and it's this poor Saurus warrior unit. And the only reason it got hurt is because it got completely surrounded by a bunch of enemy units, and I kind of neglected it. For some reason, all of these units, while auto-attacking, went for this Ungor spear herd instead of helping out this unit. But oh well. Honestly, at the end of the day, not a big deal. We'll get some spells of Earthblood, casts rather, of Earthblood and regrowth on it, and it'll be right as rain. Look at all these Gores and Ungors run. I do wish that they had stayed to fight a little bit longer, because they really just wanted to run off the field so damn quickly. I mean, a minute and 40 seconds, and I know that our army isn't... our army is a lot stronger than theirs, but we also have to remember that our army is mainly basic tier units. I mean, it's primarily tier 2 Saurus, and a lot of it is the most basic dinos, not even the powerful dinos that are going to be in here eventually. So, come on, it's essentially basic army versus basic army here. You munch those damn Ungors and the occasional Gore there, Steg. You munch them. You watch them while they all run away, because it makes me annoyed that we have to chase them, especially since really only our Carnosaurs and our Stegs are fast enough to catch the enemy. Mainly the Carnosaurs, ooh, but at least the Carnosaurs are having a really good time here. You're a good boy. You do good work. Oh wow, you just brought down like 5 or 6 of those poor little Ungors. Ungor Raiders. They did not sign up for this. And the Carnosaurs are actually doing a decent job keeping the Ungor Raiders distracted, i.e. forcing them into the fight so that the Saurus and the slow freaking Basties can catch up. Not even really getting any benefit out of that Ark of Sotek. And there we go, that's our hurt unit that is being healed now. All these Saurus being led by the Life Slann, who's just keeping them alive and just exploding the occasional Ungor here and there. And honestly, this battle is over. We're just chasing Ungor Raiders now. Yeah, I really should have auto-resolved this. I just wanted to see the Ungors fight and die in droves, but they even kind of refuse to die, just running away. Don't do that. Chase them down, Carno. There you go. Some nice Ungor bowling. I think their lord died in there somewhere. Maybe it ran off the field, I don't remember. No, it looks like the Beast Lord is still alive. I did tell the Carnosaurus to chase it, but I guess it ran off the field. It's really being chased by the Legion of Chakwan now. At least we get to, oh, wonderful. Look how many of those guys go down at the same time. I At least we get to enjoy the all the animations of the Carnosaur. Oh, come on, you missed them with the tail there, buddy. I guess you're not used to having only to fight one single Ungor at a time. Almost. Just put your freaking dew claws right through his, like, forebrain. There we go. End of the battle should be about over. I think I'm just going to speed this up because there's really nothing left. Oh, they used the blessing of the moon or whatever it was on these guys, so I guess it applies some psychology. I didn't even remember what it exactly does. Obviously, decisive victory. We basically took no damage, and it was just for fun. Let's hope that the next battle presents a little bit more of an issue. Man, if there's one thing I can say for the Beastmen, it's that they made me remember how infuriating it is to try to chase after an army that doesn't actually want to fight. Especially when you have a relatively slow main force like the Saurus there, but hey, what can you do? I guess you can kill and eat this. Probably not even a need to kill and eat them, just get the exterminate, I guess. Why not? Everybody keep exterminating. Now you're gonna move away. Hopefully we can reach you with one of our two armies. It looks like are you gonna be able to reach them? Can't buy line of sight, it's all great. Yes, you are. Alright, so you can actually finish this damn, hopefully this damn faction, in fact. Auto-resolve that. You'll heal up to full anyway, and then go for another exterminate. I would love the money, but the exterminate does help. Ooh, a blade of revered Sunki again. We'll give that to another one of our, either our Saurus Scarvets, or if we get an old blood, we'll get an old blood. Cytochrome, you also leveled up. I don't remember what I was going to get you next. We still want to go through your red lines, but oh, we do want to get Blood of Gyran, though. Magic resistance -10 for enemy armies in region is always nice, so I guess we gotta get that so we can get Blood of Gyran next turn. I'd also love to get Astral Oracle and a few other things here, but we have stuff to prioritize that we can and go for. I mean, the Vigor Loss reduction is also quite lovely. Oh, and you know what? The reinforcement range as well. And just because this army has been working in concert with another army this entire time. Yeah, it's certainly something to consider. Anyway, Moff Catel, you can start moving up this way to Bagar, because Bagar is where we will be attacking next. And yeah, there we go. There we go. Lots and lots of troops. Should make for some fun battles. Now, who else do we need to move? Mazdamundi. Move you into Magritta and siege that, I guess. There's still no stack in here? I was hoping... This isn't even worth fighting with Mazdamundi's army. This is going to be a pretty pathetic force. He's just going to be able to wreck them all with magic. I'm almost kind of tempted to auto-resolve this. Especially if there's no stack there. I'll think about it. Let's see. What else do we have to do? Predat. Ah, yes, you have now gotten another Basti. So you, Nakai, are ready. You're ready to go. And there's a Skull Island for you to have your debut battle in. Well, isn't that just perfect? We'll do that in a second. You can have your first fight, Nakai. Did I ever respec you? I don't even remember. Wait. Skills, yes, you have already respect. Beautiful. Okay, so you're ready to go and do whatever the hell you damn well please here. You don't have Skirmisher maxed out, but at least you have Sacred Guardian. And let's see. The cohort of Huatl is at 7045, and the Blessed Croxigor are at 7560. Oh, wow, cohort of Huatl. You're not good at defending yourself. Yeah, I guess we'll use the Blessed Croxis as the main line Croxis and the Sacred Croxis to sort of attack the enemy. The cohort of Huatl can be Nakai's personal guard, and damn, Nakai hits hard. Yeah, we also will have to consider what unit upgrades to give them. I'm probably just going to go Blessed Spawning of Quetzal just for the damage resistance, because it would be helpful for these guys, especially as they will be the main line. Physical resistance, probably not a big enough deal, even though it will increase the damage output of everybody. We have to also remember that the Sacred Croxis are magical damage, but it does also decrease enemy damage. We could also give them lethal poison. I mean, honestly, these are all fairly decent options. I just tend to want to stack regen even further on these guys, especially as we do have Blessed Basties that will be working together with them and the Red Crests. I do wish that the Red Crests applied poison, but oh well. Oh well, I suppose if we give the 2 skink priests their ancient basties, they will at least be able to apply poison via ranged attacks. That's certainly something to consider. Now, what do we have out here? A 2 Atari perfect spawn. Right, you're a fighter. I don't know whose army you're going to go into. Predat, you're going to transfer a bunch of stuff over. We just need to get 2 things. We need to get Gorok marching out here, transferring his troops to you before you sail out. We gotta get the Blessed Steg over to Mazdamundi, and to get these Blessed Temple Guards over to Mazdamundi. Blessed Sora Spears, I guess you can sit here, especially if we give Gorok the Legion of Chakwa, Regiment of Renown, Blessed Sora Spears from another lord. You, Karatril, are going to grab the Sacred Pools before moving back up north to where you were before. Colonize it. Thank you. It's a free territory. Annoying that we have to start over with it, but what are you going to do? Untax it for now, in fact. And let's go with extra growth, because it's going to be hard to get growth here. Now, you have who? You have 2 Skink Chiefs, which I don't remember why I kept. Why did I keep these 2 Skink Chiefs? Are they going to be any use in this army? Enemy leadership -3. I mean, for ogres, this is going to be the ogre army. Not going to get too much use out of all this stuff. I mean, I feel like I just kept them for the ancient stegs/stegs, and the fact that they're relatively cheap. In fact, you go off your mount for now. Well, we'll maybe get that back, but there's no need to pay for it while you're not being used. Yeah, enemy leadership -2 on you, eh? Yeah, so we could stack a lot of enemy leadership reduction. Certainly I see some use for that, and then you have aggressive, which is, not as great. Now, what are you 2? We have 2 casters here as well. A Skink Priest of Beasts, which is also pompous. But do we need a Skink Priest of Beasts? Would it really help here? I mean, you already have... Oh, you're a High Priest. So your problem is going to be applying actual damage, because you're basically stuck with Arcane Unforging and Fiery Convocation. I don't really care for Soul Quench personally, but that's mostly because I generally don't care about magic missiles. I'll think about it. I don't think you need any more casters. I really don't think you need 5 heroes, that's for damn certain. I mean, we would be able to get a lot of damage output from these guys, but I'll think about it. It's not like they're costing us a crazy amount, it's just that I don't want to re-recruit them at lower levels. Anyway, you guys are good where you are. You, Tehanawen, are going to go into the Sea Corpse, loot the carcass, auto-resolve it, nobody's going to die. Yeah, and then we will keep exterminating, keep buffing up that research rate. Ooh, 8,000 money, lovely. And then go over here for that mysterious island. We can have Tehanawen level up his army and get a bunch of money for us by grabbing all the sea territory while he's here. And fortified ground, no, those who escaped. The Maiming Shield and Press Ganged. Okay, well, at least you will resurrect all your units quite quickly. I just want to double check that there's no Skull Island near here. I suppose if there is Nakai... Oh, there is one over here. I guess Nakai could grab that. We'll see. You stay here, Tehanawen. You're good. Alright, now, who else needs to move? While we have time to do so. Moff Cattell, you're good. Pradat, you can't sail until you get your units transferred. Huntazak, you are recruiting Mazdamundi's extra units, so you're good as you are. Although, I would also like to do... Okay, well, this is not here yet. You can recruit Temple Guard. We'll start recruiting them when the legendary unit is down to 3 turns, so we don't have to do it in advance. Nakai, you have moved and are about to fight, and I do believe that's all the lords. I can take care of all the buildings between the episodes, so let's have Nakai fight his first fight, shall we? Obviously gonna have to make a cut, because the previous battle was a probably pretty unnecessary cinematic battle, but hey, fun is fun. Raid the Cove. Alright, here we go, and there will be a Rotting Leviathan and a very solid amount of depth guard here. Should be a decently fun time, even though I do expect we will win this pretty handily, but obviously we have to make the cut first, so here it is. Alright, there's the cut, and here we go. Time for the undead to quail before the cry of the Kroxigors. Wait, do Kroxigors have do Kroxigors make noises? We know that Nakai can talk and make noises, but do regular Kroxigors make noises? I guess let's find out. Kinda random, but sure. Alrighty, here we go. We finally get to see Nakai in action, and it is on the smiley face map on top of that. Looks like the game is just as happy about this as I am. Pretty simple setup because it is the Kroxigor army. We have Nakai up front, moving with his personal guard, the cohort of Huatl, the regiment of renown, ancient Kroxigors, or sacred Kroxigors, rather. I've always loved their hand weapon. I don't even know what to call these frickin' weapons, but it's such a cool idea. I like it. Yeah, and over here we have the red-crested skinks with the blessed Kroxigors helping to maintain the battle lines, as they are a lot more damage resistant, as we've noticed before, than the sacred Kroxis are. The sacred Kroxis are in the back lines ready to flank, while the dinos that we have, specifically the 2 revivification crystals, are just going to hold the line. Now this is a pretty obvious battle. We do have a hill that we can essentially line up on. This is why we're booking it. Usually I would have let the enemy advance, but there's really no reason to hold the ground back here when we can take the high ground, especially since we can use this little structure. I don't know what the hell this random structure in the middle of nowhere in the ocean is supposed to be, but we can certainly use it as a wall. And actually, there's a lot of Lizardmen stuff going on this random island in the middle of the ocean, so I guess Lizardmen have little island colonies outside of Lustria. Now that I think about it, I don't remember reading about anything like that in the lore, but oh, what the hell are these things? I don't remember seeing anything lit up like that on other maps, huh? And as you move are those symbols, or is that an actual pattern? I wish I could zoom in more. Okay, the map's distracting. Oh, this one's a little bit closer. No, it looks just like an effect. Looks like just some sort of effect from the signal fire. I think it's a signal fire. I don't know what it is. It's all fancy Lizardman techno sorcery. Anyway, Nakai is going to just try to break right through the enemy formation and go for the enemy lord here. There are a lot of depth guard on the field, but we don't really care about the depth guard nearly as much, I think, with the Kroxigors as we do with the red-crested skinks. So Kroxigors should be pretty darn decent against them. Now, simple here, the cohort of Huatl are just going to attack this unit to allow Nakai to break through them and run at this lonely little fleet admiral here. He's got a polearm, so he is anti-large, but you know, I really don't think he's going to have that good of a time against Nakai. Over here we have the rotting Leviathan moving in, and hopefully we can surround it and kill it with some sacred Kroxis as soon as they're done dealing with whatever is out here. And actually the sacred Kroxis should really be quite good against the depth guard, because their armor piercing and their magical damage plus the insane amount of charge, and they are fairly heavily armored on top of that, so despite their low melee defense, I do think that they will have a great time attacking those depth guard. Otherwise, it's just Kroxigor o'clock. And really, the enemy army is not going to be able to do anything about this. I really don't see it being able to defend, especially as they have no artillery or anything like that. If they had artillery, they would at least be able to cripple our... I like those rock animations. They would have at least been able to... Oh, wow. They would have at least been able to cripple our red-crested skinks with artillery, if not the Kroxigors. The Kroxigors against just infantry here is just a terrible time for the enemy, especially Depth Guard with polearm should be quite good against the Kroxis, but as we can see, they're dropping very quickly. So are the red-crested skinks. I will grant the Depth Guard are much worse off here. And even then, these red-crested skinks aren't in that bad of shape. Nakai over here having a grand old time wrecking this admiral. Oh, it's just like, no, please leave me alone. And the guy's just having the time of his life here. I would be running too. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Nakai's just jumping around while his Kroxigors take care of business all over the place. Yeah, and it looks like we've taken the hill just fine. We can see the Kroxigors beat everybody down. Looks like the enemy zombies are going to take a few shots at Nakai. He slightly tries to dodge them, but honestly, he has so much HP, he doesn't really care. And the enemy admiral is just about ready to die. There we go. I think Nakai didn't even get that last hit there. This guy just like disintegrated with a couple of HP. I'm just like, no, I don't even want to deal with this, and just died. I wouldn't want to deal with this either. Nakai looks fantastic too. A really great model for him. Hey Nakai. You okay? A little bit of a saunter after killing that enemy lord. Alrighty, let's get back to the rest of the battle. We have had a few of our units get a little bit beat up, but that was all red-crested skinks, specifically red-crested skinks that were facing depth guard with dual axes, who are specifically designed to kill infantry like this. So really, it's unsurprising, and also because the red-crested skinks that we have in Nakai's army aren't really anywhere nearly as buff as well, A, the Kroxigors, but B, they're nowhere near as buff as the red-crested skinks in Tehenuan's army would be. But still, this army is just about done here. There's still a few units getting beat up here and there, but the Kroxigors will take care of everything just fine. And they are really such a treat to watch them go to work, isn't it? There you go, buddy. There you go. Oh, and we got the Basti tail smacking some more of them right into the Kroxies. How's that ancient or rotting Leviathan doing out here? Still alive. We are hitting it with our sacred Kroxies. It's about half HP. And I wonder what its magic resistance is at here. It is at 10%. Ooh, much worse than its physical resistance. So the sacred Kroxigors, I keep wanting to call them ancient Kroxigors, like the lords, but whatever. Maybe they will all one day be lords. Yeah, anyway, they're quite good at killing this rotting Leviathan. This is a pretty nice matchup for them. It does still have a ton of armor, but they do have enough armor piercing to make all of this count. And you are down to about 30% HP. Nakai's fighting this lone little battle against the zombie pirate deckhand mob. This zombie doesn't even have a head anymore. And Nakai wants to charge forward right out of that zombie mob. And over here we have, oh, look at those red-crested skinks charging, and they look kind of silly when they do so. And I believe this might be the last couple of units alive on the field. Everybody else is really disintegrating. Only really the red-crested skinks. I might later retool this army and just fill it up with nothing but Kroxigors. I'll think about it. It really depends on how the red-crested skinks do when we level everybody up to full. Because if they're going to be super... if they're going to be losing crazy amounts of models like this every time, then that'll obviously be an issue. But granted, we did run into a bunch of units here that were specifically, once again, designed to kill them. So not a surprise. We'll have to see how they perform against an army. Oh man, this is so bloody. Yeah, we'll have to see how they perform against an actual army, not a random vampire coast island force. Oh man. Those last few zombies in this giant mob of Kroxigors and Redcrest. It is still a nice lineup, though. The problem with having nothing but Kroxigors, of course, would be the fact that they can't really fight together, whereas they do tower over the red-crested skinks and are able to sort of work together and apply the damage, whereas the skinks are acting as the meat shields. It's just that they're not nearly as buffed in Nakai's army. I'll think about it. It still works pretty well, clearly, and it also feels right from a lore perspective. So, let's see how we did, I guess. Alrighty, there we go. Once again, a fairly easy battle, although I do gotta say that the Red Crests did take a fair beating. I was impressed with how much damage output the Kroxigors were able to put out, especially the Sacred Kroxis, which were on the flanks there. Now, they all did very, very respectably. 13 and 14k, 11k, and nearly 10k, whereas these guys, the Blessed Kroxigors, helped the Red Crests hold the line. It almost makes me think that maybe we would be better off getting these guys the blessed spawning of Chotek in order to help them apply poison. I'm not entirely sure. I'm also maybe now thinking that maybe we could put a bat with an Arc of Sotek in this army as well. Might be beneficial instead of one of the unit of Red Crests. Could certainly have the Red Crests rally around the Arc of Sotek. It certainly wouldn't be amiss to help apply the poison in the center. I do like the Arcs of Sotek as well. Also, Nakai, good job, but killing the enemy lord hilariously. Exterminate, please. There we are, and we got a Gunnarson's Kron, or Gunnarsson Kron, rather, no, 20k, which is always lovely to see. You stop right there, and you know what, while you're waiting, just build an Arc of Sotek. Just build it for Nakai, he can use it. You guys are going to join into a single blob right there, and then so are you. And there we go, we can replace that one with Nakai's Arc of Sotek. I'll be happy with that. Okay, Nakai, you can... Wait, is there anything nearby? Well, I guess you can grab this shipwreck. You probably auto-resolve that one. Grab it and move back up north, as there isn't a Skull Island here. There's a remnants of battle there, but I don't think we're going to bother with it. I'd rather sail them up north, or even if not north, maybe over here if we end up attacking Clan Scryer. Speaking of attacking, let's grab Magritte. I'm just going to auto-resolve this. This is too pathetic of an army for Mazdamundi to face. I'm pretty sure Mazdamundi can kill all this army by himself. So yeah, regardless of the enemy towers, just auto-resolve it. A little bit of damage, don't care. Magritte occupy. Plus, this will keep Mazdamundi from being too busy over here, and he can just sail on back and, you know, get his final army set up, or at least near so. He'll get this in a few turns, plus we do need to transfer his regiments of renown. We're going to give him the Thunderous one, and we are going to give him the two Blessed Stegs from here, as well as another Blessed Steg from currently Gorok's army. Yeah, plus this Blessed Temple Guard. I really, really want a quest for Blessed Temple Guards, but it's been ages since we've gotten any Blessed quests, and I'm honestly doubting that we're gonna get another one anytime soon. Anyway, I do believe we're basically out of time here, not really much anything to do, and is there anybody else to move? It doesn't look like there's anybody else to move. Alright, you know what? I'm going to call this episode here. There's a bunch of buildings to build and like heroes to move around, which is all quite boring. And I will deal with that myself between the episodes. So next time we can come back, we just end the turn and proceed to more combat. We will have to sail a couple of lords up here to gather a bunch of islands. Maybe the Skull Island on the way. And maybe we'll sail up here just to wreck the rats. Not because we have to, just because we can. I mean, the end goal, as I've said before, is over here to try to unite all the Lizardmen if we can, which I'm feeling like we are very close to achieving. I guess we should probably send at least one or two more armies down here to sort of speed up the process as we move through Queek's territory in particular. I haven't decided which armies that's going to be yet. Maybe we'll send Nakai. Maybe we'll send Nakai through the desert. I'll think about it. I guess we could, like, where do we say? Oh, you know what? I think we pretty much have to send Caritril there. In fact, since Caritril's already down here, let's just sail him on there, and then we can trade with Mazdamundi's Mournfangs. The only problem is, of course, the Mournfangs are going to get killed by the attrition in the desert, and so are the other ogres, but he has to take those ogres somehow to have his ogre army up, right? So I don't really see any other choice. Unless we sail Mazdamundi back this way, but what the hell's the point of that? I'd really like Mazdamundi to personally find Kroxigor down there if once again he's still alive, but that's going to be a problem for the next time and, well, probably the next few times. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback, yada yada yada. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment, yada yada also. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.